In the 15th century, the northern forests of Russia had become a place of solitude for many monks seeking a peaceful place to worship. Among these monks were Herman and Savati, who went as far as the island of Solovestky due to the isolated location. It was an area of natural beauty, with an abundance of fish, berries, and timber. Herman proposed to Savati that they work together to build a new life and establish an area of worship and prayer. To preserve the religious nature of the island, the monks refused to share the land. A fisherman and his family attempted to live on the island for its rich fishing sea. The monks sent cryptic messages that the family would die a wicked death from God if they did not leave. They left and never returned. Herman later returned to the mainland for a time, but Savati remained. Zosima, a young monk seeking a spiritual mentor, approached Herman. The Solovestky's monastery's lifestyle was heavily influenced by its strategic location on the shore of the White Sea. The location aided in becoming of an economic and political center. Because of the placement of the monastery in a nearby dock space, fishing was a primary source of income and means of trade. Aside from that, the goods such as mica, pearls, and ironworks came from the mines. Monks traded bells, which were manufactured in the monastery's own bell tower. Another skill some of the monks were trained in was trapping animals on their small island. Another benefit of the monastery's place beside the White Sea was the amount of salt to be harvested and traded away. The region differed significantly from the Slavic agriculture society around Moscow, the area vast with wilderness. Being able to take up that role of the trade center of the White Sea provided the Solovestky monastery with the products they needed to survive. The monastery collected donations and income from those trading with each other in the port. These contributions primarily came from the northern inhabitants of Solovestky, the backbone of Solovestky. They supported the community with thousands of rubles, hundreds of tracts of land, provisions, tonsure, and the faith in the founding saints, Zosima and Savati. Food, household commodities, currency, and livestock would all be brought to the monastery through the form of donations from the port. One of the many beliefs that the monks of the Solovestky monastery had was that no women were allowed on the island. This went for animals as well as men. If a monk brought a woman to the island, that woman would be sent away immediately, and the monk would be punished, beaten by the other monks for breaking this rule. This rule also extends to more than just the people of the island. There is a story of a fisherman who had brought his wife to the island. Once she arrived, she was driven off the island by two angels. One of the hills on the island was named after this legend. The hill was named Sekanera Gora, or Hatchet Mountain. In 1652, the Tsar appointed a man named Nikon as the Patriarch of Russia. Using his newfound power, Nikon made many reforms to Russian Orthodox Church, mostly by revising much of its literature, icon, and ceremonies. The intent was to unite all the churches with one standard uniform practice. However, some were offended by this proposition and tried to preserve the old writings. Those who did were known as the Old Believers, and they were ruthlessly punished by Nikon. The Solovestky monastery in particular was the site of many Old Believers. Such a large number of these Old Believers opposed Nikon's reforms that the monastery was besieged for 7 years. The siege of the Solovestky Monastery lasted until approximately January 1676. A monk named Vyakhtist betrayed his fellow monks. Under the cover of a blizzard, Vyakhtist showed the Russian forces an unprotected entrance near the monastery's White Tower. Originally, it was thought that the tunnels were created by a man known as Mishirnov, but this is no longer the case.